A warm summer morning on the French Riviera. Tourists walk along the beach. Cafes buzz with life and Nice feels safe. But deep underground in the city's sewers, a team of men are carrying out one of the boldest crimes in history. No guns, no blood, no violence, just patience, genius, and a dream. At the center of it all, Albert Spaggiari, the man who turned robbery into legend.
Hello and welcome. If you're new here, welcome to Amazing 5. Today we're gonna discuss again some amazing facts.
On July 19, 1976, the Société Générale Bank in Nice prepared for another ordinary day. Its massive steel vault, built of concrete and weighing more than two city buses, was believed to be unbreakable. That morning, bank manager Pierre sipped his espresso as tellers spun the vault's heavy dials. But instead of the familiar click of bolts unlocking, the wheel jammed. They tried again. Nothing. Technicians were called. They worked, sweated, and argued, but the vault wouldn't open. When drills finally pierced its wall, a flashlight beam revealed the truth. Inside was chaos, empty food cans, wine bottles, and tools scattered on the floor. Hundreds of safe deposit boxes had been forced open. Police crawled into the opening and found themselves in the city's sewers. A 26-foot tunnel led from the wall to a main sewer line. It was dug by hand, supported with beams, wired with electricity, even fitted with ventilation. The thieves had lived down there for weeks. They weren't ordinary criminals. They were engineers, ghosts beneath the city. The media went wild. France had never seen anything like it. The robbers were nicknamed the Sewer Gang, admired by the public for stealing millions without hurting a soul. But for the police, it was a nightmare. They had no leads. Months later, in October, luck struck. A furious woman walked into a police station reporting that her boyfriend suddenly had too much money. He was reckless, arrogant. She was sure he was part of the heist. Police arrested the man. Under questioning, he revealed a name: Albert Spaggiari. At first, Spaggiari didn't look the part. A 44-year-old photographer. He owned a small studio, raised chickens, and lived a quiet suburban life. But when brought in, he shocked detectives. He confessed, smiling as if telling a good joke. Spaghiari explained everything. A restless former paratrooper, he had long dreamed of a legendary crime. His idea came from a novel about a tunnel robbery. First, he rented a safe deposit box inside the bank. On one visit, he placed a loud alarm clock inside, set to ring at night. If the vault had alarms, security would come. But nothing happened. The vault was silent, vulnerable. Next, Spaghiari disguised himself as a surveyor and obtained city sewer maps. He studied them until he found a line that ran just beneath the bank's foundation. To carry out the plan, he recruited criminals from Marseille. He didn't lure them with threats but with charisma, promising not just money, but history. For 2 months, his crew dug in the sewers, inch by inch, in filth and darkness. Finally, on July 16, 1976, they broke into the vault. For 27 hours, they worked freely. No alarms, no guards, no pressure. They pried open hundreds of boxes, collecting millions in gold, cash, and jewels. They also feasted, wine, pâté, laughter echoing off the steel walls. Before leaving, Spaghiari added his mark, the now famous spray painted words. Then they welded the vault door shut from the inside and vanished into the sewers. By the time the bank opened Monday morning, the impossible had already happened. Spaghiari's confession made him a celebrity. He told his story like an adventure, not a crime. The press adored him. The police despised him, but the tale didn't end in court. In 1977, during a hearing, Spaghiari pulled off one last performance. Claiming he had written evidence, he handed the judge a coded note. As the judge leaned over it, Spaggiari suddenly leapt onto the desk, sprinted across the room, and dove out the open window. He landed on a parked car, rolled, and in seconds jumped onto a waiting motorcycle. The bike roared away. He had escaped again, right under the nose of French justice. Albert Spaggiari was never caught. Rumors placed him in South America, then in Asia, always under false names. He gave secret interviews, smiling with a cigar, taunting the authorities who could never reach him. In 1989, he died of throat cancer. In one last twist, his body was quietly delivered to his mother's doorstep in France. Most of the stolen millions were never recovered. But Spaghiari didn't just want money, he wanted immortality, and in that, he succeeded. His heist remains famous not for its violence but for its style. Without weapons, without hate, without violence. The world remembers Albert Spaghiari, the gentleman thief of Nice.